Hello there, and welcome back to the AV Club. We're doing a little bit different this time. We are going to be reviewing both episode 4 and 5 at the same time because The Boys Season 2 is coming up very close behind this, and we wanted to do The Mandalorian. So we gotta get through this. We got 3 episodes left. I think the next episode will be the finale. We'll do 2 episodes, and then we'll do 1 special episode for the last thing. Because you know there's going to be a cliffhanger because we already know Season 2 is approaching. Mm-hmm. Any which way, I'm your host, Tobo.
I'm Kaz.
I'm Cricket.
I'm Miner.
And Miner's actually going to speak this time. We're going to force him to this time.
You know what? You want me to switch around so we can force him to be over?
No, because you're already low enough.
Fine.
Okay, so we're going to start off with episode 4. And overall, story arcing, episode 4 had some of the funnier shit.
Yeah.
But each episode seems to get funnier because it seems that the writers are getting more and more comfortable with doing very irreparable and incomprehensible shit.
Yeah.
Things are getting really messy very quickly.
Oh, especially in this one. It goes very fast and gets very messy. So in
like A-Train! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
So let's get started right away because this is gonna be a 2-parter. We're gonna have to go through this. Homelander and the plane with Maeve. So we're gonna talk about that in episode 4, where Homelander and Maeve were on the plane. Okay, we'll start up with the most sympathetic one, Cricket.
It really shows just how much of a horrible, horrible entity he is. That after they go through all of this, and after he ends up frying the console of the ship, after he tears open this thing to go and save these people.
The plane.
Yeah.
It's not a ship.
Your brain defaults to
Plane.
spaceship. That's like, I caught that. Like, his brain goes to spaceship.
I go to generic ship. I'm sorry. Anyways, they tear through the plane. Homelander and Maeve go, and everybody's praising them, and then they're able to kill 2 of these.
3.
Sorry, 3 of them. Right, there were 3
There were
in the
3,
main body
and
of
then
it,
there's 4
and then
in
the
the-
4th in the front. Yeah, they go through. Everybody's cheering for them. They go into the front, and the last surviving pilot has a gun to his head.
Although I do have to say one cool thing that go on, finish that one, and then
Homelander tells him to stop, or drop the gun, whatever, and he shoots, and the moment he shoots, Homelander fries the guy's head, cutting it off, and cutting a nice deep molten swath through the console.
also the bullet pierced the window.
Yeah, it pierced the window too.
Which is very highly unlikely in real life.
Like,
That plane window is very, very, very thick. It would have hit the window, but not punctured.
Yeah. You look away, like, those windows have like hundreds of miles of wind. They're fucking strong.
Yeah,
it would be pushing back.
It would hit the window. It'd probably crack it or embed it. It wouldn't. I don't think it'd shatter that easily.
I don't know. These people need to carry some pretty heavy calibers to deal with soups.
They're not shooting soups. They were shooting regular civilians.
Good point. Either way, that happens.
Not super villains. They were just terrorists.
Yeah.
And then Homelander, because he can't apparently lift this plane out of the...
Superman.
Yeah, he can't do the Superman thing.
Yeah,
He can't even just, slowly elevate it for less hazardous crash. No,
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's the real thing that hammers it home. Because he obviously can do this shit. He doesn't want to. This is the kind of Superman that you don't want. This is the one that Lex Luthor thinks he's dealing with.
Alright, so my opinion...
You were laughing the entire time.
Alright, so during a lot of that sequence, I found a lot of bits of it funny. Like, the part where, he shoots the lasers in the cockpit and, blows the hole. I'm like, oh, fuck! And, it's kind of funny to me. Because he's just, it was funny. He's like, oh yeah, he comes. I'm a laser now. I'm so hardcore. And then he just blows the fucking cockpit open, and crashes the plane.
Surprise!
And there's the whole sequence can you fly a plane? I can fly, but not a fucking plane. I found that incredibly funny.
Oh, we need to save these people. Isn't able to save these people. Surprised Homelander face.
Oh god, yeah, the Pikachu oh god, I thought that was funny.
Now you.
I feel sad for Maeve though. Because she actually wanted to save at least like 2 people.
That was what I was gonna get to now. Maeve's indecision to be able to talk her mind, especially in front of Homelanders.
It was the worst because, what was it? It was a mother and daughter, right? Yeah, that she wanted to save, and because they were on their way into the back of the plane to leave, and everyone's asking him, are they just leaving him? And he's saying no, that everyone's fine. And then once he gets to the back of the plane, he opens up the door, and then she's sitting there and says to bring the mother and daughter, and he says no. So from there, they bring...
Because they'll tell people that these heroes failed. That they got here and let them die.
Which is the worst thing is because she had a decision of either staying there with them and dying or going with him.
She probably wouldn't have died even if she crashed in that plane.
Yeah, she's like
Probably not.
she might have just like got hurt or something.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
She would have gotten hurt and then they would spin it.
Mm,
But
yeah.
he wouldn't want to risk it because, you know, it's not about everyone else. It's about Homelander.
It's about risking it for the
It's
biscuit.
about having... I don't know that turn of phrase.
What did you say?
Risking it for the biscuit.
He's risking it for the biscuit.
Oh, for the girl.
No, it's just it's like the biscuit is like money.
I'm
Moving
white.
on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So we're moving on. We're gonna skip the best part about this episode so we can talk about it last.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about Huey and Star's date at the bowling alley.
It was so nice.
God.
I want to see that more. Like, they're just...
I want to see her actually rip that fucking ball. Like, throw it as hard as she can and just watch the...
like ripping the floor apart. It's like the
bounces through the
I would
fucking
love
wall.
to
and-
what's it
see
called?
that.
Not the
Well,
pins. I was gonna say
okay.
pucks. The shatter.
While they're
The
chatting...
dust.
yeah.
While they're chatting with one another at this bowling alley, reminiscing about their past relationships,
She was. He
didn't really want to talk
He
about
talked
it.
about one, his first kiss in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then didn't talk anything about
Robin.
because, you know, he's having his PTSD.
Which is what I was going to get to next on the same thing of, like, we also learned that in that moment the writers and the like cinematographers and special effects people are doing a phenomenal job with, like, PTSD and
they're getting
They
just
showed the
anxiety.
trigger, like the trigger, the sound of the ball made him think of the
explosion.
Yeah.
up your butt with a coconut. So yeah, that happened, and
And then he pointed out that she's doing really badly, and he thinks that she's holding back. So then she doesn't hold back, and I see a nice little dent when her bowling ball hits the back of the thing.
Well, also...
I wanted to use full strength.
I want to see her.
I want to fucking
wanna see
Superman rip that shit up.
I want to see her get into a fight with one of the other supers and actually hum a bowling ball at them. Like, imagine if she hits the Deep with the bowling ball, and he's just sent like, poof, gone.
I kind of don't want the Deep to die anymore, but we'll get on to that.
Oh no,
after.
it's not. I don't want the Deep to die. I want him to just get his butt kicked in full view of everybody. It would be
He could
cool.
get his butt kicked by an octopus.
He got his butt kicked by police, I guess, by his
all right.
emotions.
That was funny.
Wait, also he finds
Anything-
out that the invisible dude has a son.
Yes.
Yeah, we found out that what's his name?
I don't remember, that's why I said
They
invisible
gave a
dude.
couple different
Translucent.
names.
Translucent.
Man.
Yeah, Translucent. Had a son. Has a son.
Who was 10?
Yeah, the kid
and
is
that bothers
10.
Huey.
That bothers you a lot.
His name is like Maverick, I think.
Maverick or Hunter.
Yeah.
a
something
super,
like that.
A super white people name.
And also
Something from Top Gun.
Yes, Maverick! Oh my
Of course.
god! God damn it.
Something from fucking Top Gun.
Oh.
A name in Top Gun was probably that kid's name. All right.
His name is fucking
Anything else to
Iceman.
really say about it?
His name is fucking Iceman. He's a super with
Hunter,
fucking
Iceman, Translucency? What?
You can't
What's
say
her name?
Iceman
Oh,
because
he-
X-Men.
Ah, gosh.
Yeah,
dang
you're
it.
right.
Didn't he
Any-
also hack her phone or something?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
Something
used
with
to
the
think
phone.
That was
that
the one they put the bug in her
he
phone.
put the bug in her phone. Yep.
And you notice whenever like he sees the picture of the hallucination of Robin, that steals his will to do what he has, like do what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
And she said he didn't want to do it, but then she saw her and is like, boom, I'm doing it.
Yeah, because he's reminded about like her death.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're introduced to the girl.
Yep,
Whoa.
the girl that you have mentioned repeatedly.
Wolverine, fucking how did I describe her? Wolverine and fucking
I forget her name right now.
What was it? Asako or Kuya?
Sadako from
That's-
fucking
Yeah,
The Ring.
there it is.
She is Sadako from The Ring and Wolverine as one person. That's how I think.
And
of
it's
her.
fantastic.
Thank you for that horrifying image, by the way.
Can you draw it?
Fuck! I have
Sadako with like the Wolverine. fucking
So
claws.
when we're introduced to her, she's
I will pay
sitting
you
in a
to draw
cage.
that actually. I'm not even joking.
Sitting in a cage
Sure.
underneath a Japanese, I'm guessing, noodle house or something. And she's being pumped up with Compound V.
Yeah.
And
They're watching Tokusatsu or something.
Yeah. She's freed by Frenchie. Because
how
French...
much would you have flipped out if they, instead of whatever that was, they put Kamen Rider as their show?
That would have been the only thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's the Kamen Rider!
Kamen Rider is now canon to the boys' universe.
I'd be shit my
The
pants.
boys' cinematic universe.
I'd shit my pants.
BCU.
They have to hunt down the girl because Frenchie lets her out.
Mm.
And that
Frenchie has a
led to
whole
some...
interesting connection with her.
Yeah.
Because he was like a kidnapped by
Also,
his
he was
father.
incredibly, like... This was full, like,
Frenchie
Sherlock
is
Holmes.
best boy. It's on the list. I wrote Frenchie is best boy. Because he is best boy, literally and figuratively in this situation.
Yeah!
He's a detective.
He's like fucking Sherlock Holmes. He's like,
He's really good
or
at
should I
it.
say Poirot?
Good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
So we got character development for Frenchie in this, and it was really, really well done. I told you guys before, Frenchie's my favorite character in the comic. Like, I love Billy. Obviously, Billy's going to be my favorite no matter what, because, you know, he's the
Billy
leader, he's
Butcher.
Billy Butcher.
Keep an eye out. Maybe he'll do a... Maybe
Oh.
this actress will do something and we'll be able to get autographs for you.
But,
Why you go with that New York accent? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just fall into
Frenchie
New
is
England
my
accents.
favorite because he has, like, detective skills, but he's also able to make technology out of garbage.
Yeah.
He's like a mix between all of the A-Team put together
This is one person in French.
as one person.
As
who's
one
French.
one kind of
And
mess
he
of
has
a
some
Frenchman.
kind of like superhero goth girlfriend. That's cool.
Yeah. And she squeezed his dick in this episode.
Oh, God.
And she was just
You're fucking
like,
with him, yeah.
"Don't fuck with me," basically. Like, and he's just like, "I promise."
She's a soup. She just goes like that. He's fucking not a man.
He's not even a
anymore.
suit. He's not. I don't think she's super powered. It's
No,
just,
she has those eye thing. She's the
Oh,
eye,
maybe.
Like, I thought, you know, she has like those glowing. I thought that was supposed to be like she has some kind of
Maybe.
suit going on.
She could have
Oh.
some kind of weird.
So they hunt for him. Huey's PTSD. Not really too much to talk about other than that. When they find her, A-Train ends up finding her in the subway, bashing her head against the wall.
Yeah.
Frenchie comes up with a really cool plan. to
That
get
was
her
cool.
people
Like,
distracted.
hey, look, it's A-Train, and then you can't do it in front of the cameras.
Yeah. But other than that, right before they go down in the subway, one of the funnier things happens is Billy Butcher has a conversation with Frenchie and Mother's Milk while they're yelling at each other about the fucking Spice Girls.
He brings up,
Spice
like, oh,
Girls!
they need to be the team and everything. He's like, bring up. And my favorite, Mother's Milk. Why do you know so much about the Spice Girls? Don't think about that.
Like,
And they do the
wonder-
musical cut into the next scene with the Spice Girls.
I will. We'll,
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that next. This is
Free
the last
Willy.
scene.
Yeah.
I want to call that dolphin Willie.
I mean, he wanted his willy touched.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird thing.
Fucking rapist dolphins. They're horrible.
Do you have anything to say about like
Forgot dolphins. Elephants.
Billy
are
the
shit.
girl? Anything?
The girl scares me.
No shit.
She scares me. I'm gonna have nightmares probably tonight.
I want her to jump at someone and do the Ric Flair. Woo!
Oh my god, yes.
Oh god, bringing it up to the conversation before the
Oh
podcast.
no.
We do the podcast on Sunday though.
No, I mean before the AV Club.
Oh yeah.
Context, we were all talking about pro wrestling before.
For a
before-
special project we have in the.
Before this.
Okay. Well, other than the girl scares you, Aqua bitch is what I put on here. Tries to free a dolphin, but fucks it.
That was funny.
Whoa.
Well, he almost did, and then he fucked it.
But here's the thing.
Wait,
He almost literally, and then it became figurative.
So the cut scene from them capturing the girl with the smoke can is the Spice Girls Wannabe song is playing, and we find out it's because the Deep has kidnapped a dolphin.
And he's talking to the dolphin as he tries to get them to the pier.
And I like
so
how
he
the
can
Spice Girls song kept changing in that scene rather. So it was like a Spice Girls medley of the fucking scene was like a Spice Girls medley. It was great.
And as he's transporting the dolphin, the cops
police try to stop him, and he does a hard
But before that, the whole time he's having a conversation with the dolphin. And the dolphin is very obviously interested in him touching him or fucking him or something sexual is very going on with this dolphin. And we were all mentioning how dolphins are notorious rapists. So,
like they're right up there with ducks.
Yeah,
we said the same thing, ducks. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
That's a weird thing to fist bump over.
Yeah, duck raid.
Yeah, duck raid. Corkscrew penises.
Oh God. Oh Christ.
Uncle Scrooge.
Yo, one time I brought that up at work and people were really creeped out. I was talking about the duck rape and I don't know why I was talking about that. I can't get into that.
So any which way, the police pull up in front of him and he makes a hard stop, and in slow motion, the dolphin jettisons from the back of the van through the window while looking at him and lands on the fucking ground. Now, we were all laughing at this point, but then a fucking tractor trailer comes and hits the fucking thing.
Just splorch.
Ken was actually was like, "Oh," we're like, "Ah!" And I looked at it and I was like, "The duality of man." The duality of man.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh."
The dolphin flew out of the window, and I don't think there was one person in this room who didn't laugh.
Yeah.
I laughed about it because
if anything, the plane conversation was the duality of man.
Yeah.
I
think
this is funny.
We all laughed at that part, but once it got right over it, all of three of us, me, Hobo, and Braden, we all sat there still laughing. And Ken's like, "Aww."
It's fun. It was. I don't know why that was hilarious.
Because a dolphin is flying out a window and getting hit by a tractor trailer. Like, that's fucking comedy gold right there.
I thought it was, like, the best thing because it's like, oh, he thought he rescued his friend. Now it's fucked, but it's still safe. Like, fucked on fucked on fucked.
A clusterfuck, as it were.
So, anything else to say about episode 4? I honestly loved it. I thought it was funny, but I think 5 was even better, so.
5 is when we get even more secrets revealed.
So, anything else you guys wanted to say about 4 that happened in it? That you really liked? Or
I want to
disliked?
I want a spin-off where it's titled Billy Butcher Listens to the Spice Girls. And it's, it's a good,
imagine him reviewing music.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just him kind of dancing around to the Spice Girls in like his house alone.
Like,
I would watch that.
Listen.
You watch that, Hobo?
Oh, there is one thing I have to say about episode 4 that I forgot to write down. The opening. Opening to that episode. We saw Billy with his wife.
And
I'm not giving any exposition to that because I've already read the comics, so I know what happens.
I will say one thing. That is not how you eat a Hot Pocket.
Yeah!
Yes,
okay,
it is.
So he microwaves Hot Pocket, and then
He takes it out halfway.
Yeah, and then eats it with a fork and fucking knife. What? What?
I think it was cooked all the way. I think you're just seeing.
I don't care about that. Who eats it with a fork and knife? You pick it up.
Billy Goddamn Butcher.
You pick it up, motherfucker.
Billy Goddamn
Is
Butcher.
this some British shit or something? Is some
Billy
like,
Goddamn
British
Butcher.
shit that they do? They eat
Billy
Hot Pockets with utensils?
Billy Goddamn Butcher. You know what? Have you seen our retarded president eat a pizza? So I'm just saying.
Wait, how does he
I
eat
have
pizza?
not.
Eats it from the crust.
What? Fuck him! Not my president!
Why? Why? Why?
No, for real?
Why?
Calm down, it's okay. It's not okay, but you need to calm down.
Your sacred food has been defiled.
Oh, God! I mean, it's pretty fucked up, but still.
This is how cricket dies.
This is not how I die.
Attitude cricket eat pizza from the wrong side.
No!
What? And you know what else? He went to a fancy steakhouse, got his steak well done, and put ketchup on it.
He also eats.
Fucking bitch.
He also.
I know.
He also eats pizza with a fork and a knife.
What? What?
Okay, so
Okay,
No, this is more important than the boys.
to be fair,
Toys allowed to eat.
to be fair, Alfred eats with a fork and knife as well. So I'll
Alfred.
yeah,
Batman's butler?
yeah.
Yeah, because he's like super posh about everything.
Alfred.
But that's Alfred. Alfred gets a pass because the motherfucker was MI6. So
Okay.
this is a fat turd from New York who should be eating a pizza like a normal human being. Billy Butcher gets a goddamn pass because he's goddamn Billy Butcher and he'll cut your fucking arms off if you question him. They don't have the last name Butcher for fun.
Who the fuck eats a pizza with a fork and knife?
A retarded, New Yorker.
An annoying orange.
He-
That's it. Let's move on.
He pissed off all of New York with that. All right.
We need to just get on to the next one.
Episode 5 now. Dick
It's
Train
like
talks to
People
Pop
would
Claw.
pour the milk into the bowl and then pour the cereal.
Yeah, I hate that.
Ah!
People do that? Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yes!
the meme. Why would you do that?
We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll put
no.
up. I'll put like fuck. We talk about fucked up
Food.
eating habits.
Yeah.
Dick.
That'll make Ken mad.
D-Train.
Ken will lose his shit.
I'll get a whole bunch of images set up
Oh my god.
for the podcast.
Okay,
It's
let's
like
not-
images of food.
Like cursed food images.
Stop. Let's just continue.
D Train, which I'm calling Dick Train from now on.
Dick
He
Train
ta- we start with him talking to Pop Claw. Hey, Pop Claw.
She should have had a
Boy-
popcorn advertising deal.
Huh?
She should have had a popcorn advertising deal.
I love how you were thinking more about being her agent.
Merchandising. Merchandising.
We can have Pop Claw popcorn. That's a fucking gold
Well,
nugget.
yeah, because she was also a
scratchers.
movie star and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, I should have.
Back scratchers. Utensils.
What is it?
Vaunt.
Vaunt.
I should work for Vaunt
As a sales associate type thing.
as like a agent for
Merchandising
fucking.
guy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I also ruined D-Train for everyone.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you ruined A Train for everyone.
Because he looks like Nick Cannon. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, in certain angles when his head isn't turned where he has like the side buzz,
Yeah.
he looks like Nick Cannon.
And
I can see that now.
Like every time he's on screen, the show is ruined for me because I just think, when's he
fucking
gonna
Nick.
wildin' out, man? What? Nick Cannon, how do you get those
Anyhow,
fucking flash powers?
He's talking to Pop. Anyways, he's talking to Pop Claw, and he figures out that she is the one who ratted them out.
Yeah, I mean she was the only one who knew.
Yeah. So he tries to get information out of her. He plays her like a goddamn fiddle. And after, like, we leave him for a bit as they're talking. When they're talking, he has her go move to some other nondescript location. And then later on in the show, I almost called it a movie, she finally reveals the information, saying roughly what they look like. And then he ends up...
No, because he sees it on the video. Frenchie's face. That's how
Yeah,
Frenchie got burned.
he doesn't know what they look like.
Well, she
she
says
just-
bald French guy, a British guy with a beard, and a black man, and then this skinny white kid. She says that, and she says that's
Yeah,
all
why
she
you gotta blame
knows.
the black man?
Mother's milk.
Oh my god.
We got more to talk about Mother's milk.
Anyways, yeah,
after.
she ends up getting super speed stabbed with a bunch of heroin needles.
That was
Yeah.
actually a really cool
She,
moment.
I knew she was gonna die somehow.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like Homelander lasering her head open or something. But no, instead he decides to make it look like an accident by giving
Well-
her a bunch of heroin
well,
needles.
That's what Homelander wanted, because after that scene, he goes and visits Homelander, and Homelander's like, "Is it done?"
Homelander.
And then Homelander tells him, "I know you've been using V, at least for a couple of weeks now, so you need to stop it."
Stupid.
What?
No, I just said stupid.
Oh.
Stop it. Billy Butcher.
Get some help.
Stop. Get some
Stop
help.
it. Get some help. So going from there, we get quite a bit of exposition from like news scenes in this
Yeah.
episode. 1, 2, 3, 4 times actually, which is pretty significant. The first time it's talking about the plane crash.
I love that.
Yep,
whole
the
little
plane
TLC
crash.
news.
And then, like, 180, we get to hear about the religious event. What is it called again? Oh, fuck.
Oh, I have no idea.
They said they had like a Belief Expo.
Yes, Belief Expo.
or something, yeah.
Where they had
Whatever.
Ezekiel, Homelander, and...
Explain who Ezekiel is, dude.
Oh yeah.
We saw him in the first episode.
Yeah,
Explain.
first episode. Remember the guy who was super stretchy and was doing stuff with 3 other guys? Yeah. He's the one.
Don't expect the mic to respond to you. This is not Dora the Explorer.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care, Mr. Microphone. You're gonna listen and you're gonna respond eventually, or you're gonna get the magnets to you.
Oh no, the sound quality sounds like we got magnets to it by any standard. So.
Yep. Anyway.
Also, just remember that you're not funny. You're just sad.
I like how that made us all laugh and he's just disappointed now.
I feel like Cricket is the butt monkey of these podcasts and stuff. Like he's the one who gets made fun of the most.
No, we do it to everyone every
He's
few.
no, I feel like he consistently is the most dunked on, and I apologize for that.
Your apology is accepted.
I'm not gonna stop though.
And then he...
Moving on.
Friends don't stop. Moving on from that. Let's talk about Huey growing a pair.
Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
he went
Balls.
to the same expo with the others. Specifically, they wanted to get him to get into Ezekiel's thing so he can blackmail the guy.
With the gay picture.
Mm-hmm.
But-
And Homelander knows something is up because part of this special little secret event that they were getting in on was getting
Baptism.
rebaptized by Ezekiel and Homelander. And Homelander half drowns the kid, smiling evilly at him.
Honestly, don't think he thinks anything of Huey.
Mm-hmm.
What I think,
He's mad that Starlight did this.
Yeah.
He's mad about Starlight.
yeah, I think he's more mad about Starlight than he is anything else.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
what it
even
is.
suspicious of Huey. I think
He
he's
wants to
just mad
scare the
about-
kid. He wants to
He has
scare
so
this
little,
human away.
Like regard for normal people that he doesn't even think of it.
Mhm.
That's going to be his downfall too.
Yeah, probably.
Did he?
Oh.
Huey-
I read in the comics, so...
Yeah, you're going to go really silent. So, whoops.
Wait, Huey grew a pair because the phone broke after he got back.
Yeah, he
Yes.
couldn't show the
So-
evidence.
He had to come up with his own evidence, so he said that he was the gay one being touched in his butt.
You rode my ass like a jazz solo or something. It was like
And of course,
Skill
the
and
moment
noise.
the most he starts talking about this, we see how quickly Ezekiel is willing to kill someone because his arm stretches out immediately to strangle the poor
What's
kid.
really cool is that you hear the bones like
Oh.
snapping and regrowing.
Yeah, that
in
was
his
cool.
arm.
That
That
was
was really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, and that's exactly what it would be like. Mr. Fantastic, you don't just get rubber sounds. He's got bones in there, right?
Nah, Marvel Comics explains that his bones are pretty much just like full-on collagen at this point that harden when he's in normal.
College in his hair.
Thank you.
I'm just being a dick.
No, that's your
No,
fine.
the more you
that's-
know.
That's pretty much what happens, but he has
The
complete
more
control
you
over it.
know.
It. Radiation shit. Don't worry about it. Marvel's weird.
Don't worry about Marvel.
Cosmic radiation. I ain't gotta explain shit.
Yeah, exactly. He grew a pair. Was like, "All right, you played my ass like a jazz musician, basically."
Yeah, that was
That's
great.
fucking hilarious.
And that-
it was
that
great.
was
He also claimed that
Funny
if
scene.
he doesn't come out of here with the information he wants, that video is going to be trending on Twitter.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great way of
What?
getting an
It'll
attention
be
of like a
number one trend.
evangelical type Christian thing. Once you find out like, oh, they're gay, that it destroys their entire career. Like if it came out tomorrow that Mike Pence was
I'm
gay,
about to ruin this man's whole career.
like
Yeah, I
it
mean-
completely ruins. They would never accept him back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially
like
the ones who are also gay.
yeah, it just
Who have to
Anyways.
continue to virtue signal to get by.
In this episode, we find out that Frenchie's been made.
Yeah, he's been burned.
They
He's
found
been
him.
burnt, and he's being
Because-
hunted down by
Batman.
Black Noir.
Noir and A-Train.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was A-Train.
It was
She
A-Train.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Which, the reason they found it out was after A-Train killed him, he watched some footage.
Killed him.
Killed
Killed
her.
Popclaw.
That words. But yeah, after he killed Popclaw, he looks up that footage that's in her
Teddy
her
bear.
house. Yep, he's got a teddy bear camera that was hidden in her house. And he sees, at the doorway, Frenchie from when they ended up getting their dirt on Popclaw.
Does that consider him a creep?
Yes!
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty creepy.
Just about every
You're a
single one of
creep.
these heroes, quote unquote, is a horrible, horrible human being.
Also, we got a really funny quote. I think in the last episode, is episode 4, real quick about Translucent. He's like, Billy Butchers was like, who the fuck knows where Translucent is? He could be over in the corner where rubbing one out right now. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
that
Didn't that happen in one of the episodes? Like he was naked
probably.
in his bathroom with Maeve
Yeah,
and shit?
he was. And she just threw like a towel over him so you could clearly see it.
Speaking of Maeve, we find out that Maeve's ex, which I was just like, oh yeah, Maeve's a lesbian, and literally, Cricket first like, how do you know she's a lesbian? Maybe it's just her friend or her sister. Or like, no one talks to people like that. Then
Unless they're drunk off their asses.
you're gonna what? No, that's not
Alright.
how that works.
So you're gonna talk to that like that to say your brother
Or your sister.
when you're drunk.
When you're
Just 'cause
drunk.
Fine.
You have some kind of semblance of who they are. But that was a cool scene. I liked that Maeve breaks down, but Maeve doesn't tell her anything. Which I think, honestly, was the smarter idea.
Yeah.
Getting out of there and not saying anything, because you know Homelander could have been listening at any point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking Superman. Like, we just have to imagine he has Superman abilities at this point, because we're not told what the extent is. But any which way.
X-ray vision.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Black Noir and Frenchie and stuff. So, we finally get to see fucking Black Noir. Finally.
Fighting. Yeah.
God
Fucking-
person.
Huh?
He's God.
He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fucking Batman. He has batarangs too.
I like that fight. That was cool.
It was really cool between her and the girl.
Like the way it was shot from above. That was cool.
Her and the girl.
Him and the girl. I don't know.
Her and the girl.
Her and the girl. Herbert the Gerber.
Going full Simish here.
Yeah, we're now Sims now. Herbert the Gerber.
We should feature a podcast.
I wanted
It's
to.
like
I already
45
said like a 45-minute podcast of us just talking Simish.
We need to get some
Blurg.
plum bobs.
And Parks would get heated. We're like, blurg, 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 blurg.
You're just going
haven't,
blurg.
yeah, you haven't played Sims enough. They have
Yeah.
a full-on fucking language.
I know, yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know which part we want to talk about first because they're both really good.
I'd say Homelander's meltdown on stage.
Okay, you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that. I didn't write that down. I have the two here
Like-
that one and that one.
Well, yeah, no, this
Those-
would lead
those two-
into Star.
Oh yeah,
but,
when
but that's what I mean. Like, what one do you want to talk about first? Because which one's
Homelander
funnier?
became Hitler.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's talk about that.
So, Homelander is done being like a corporate show, whatever. He wants to actually go and fight these things. He wants to
He
stop.
could literally just fucking do it.
He's looking for a clean bill to do it, which is really
He
it, I
could
think.
literally just do it, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
could.
it would
He just
be
wants to make sure nobody will complain about it. It's like, oh yeah, you've just given me this piece of paper where I can just go blow up everything in Iraq. Or Afghanistan, or wherever place
Or
that starts with an
Iran,
I
or
that you
World
guys
War
want me to shoot lasers at.
You could have said Iran. World War III means.
Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, they're all probably, if Homelander had his way, they would be smoldering glass craters by now.
Probably.
I'm not gonna get into World War III.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Let's save that. But he ends up going, as you said, just about full Hitler on stage, floating there, like, and
Yeah,
people are cheering.
But the cool thing is that his pose was like
Christ-like.
angelic and Christ-like. Yeah. Also, before we actually get full into that, can we talk about that singer real quick? The one with the angel wings?
angel
That
wing
was really
girl.
fucking cool. And I want to know about this superhero lady.
Yeah.
I think she
her
prob-
name should just be Angel, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Angela.
I would love it if her only superpower...
Is the wings?
Yeah, she
I'm
just has...
fine with that.
Like, she can't even fly because they aren't big enough or something?
Humans don't even work like that.
Exactly. So they don't function properly, but it looks hella good when she's on stage. And that's why she's doing
Alright,
this
so
instead.
This makes me think the alternate history of religion in a world where there are superheroes.
Yeah, I know, and they just accept it as normal.
But
here.
what I'm interested in is like, all right, so
Where does superheroes
say
start?
the X-Men was real.
Apocalypse is the first mutant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
existed during the Sumerian reign.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, I just want, like, I know X-Men is supposed to be like an allegory on the civil rights movement, Malcolm X, MLK, all that. But if mutants, I know they're more common now because of the radiation. I know X-Men lore, okay, to some extent. But if you had people in our real world history without superpowers, there are people who are believed to be gods. If there were people who literally had powers that transcended normal humanity,
Oh yeah, that's
they
why
would be
Apocalypse.
gods.
But that's
Yeah.
why Apocalypse has like a whole cult around him.
yeah,
Like if you're interested in that, like an alternative history where superheroes exist and like the religion stuff,
Yeah.
read the Apocalypse stuff. It actually settles that. Like there's an entire cult and religion
Yeah.
around the belief of Apocalypse, but him as a person
yeah, that's cool. Because I
because
thought
he's
about
a
doing,
living,
I-
walking,
I
breathing
thought
god.
about doing that as an alternate history novel, or like
Very cool.
you superheroes
It's
have
like,
different.
don't even do like people who have the full grab bag like Superman. Just somebody who has like the ability to sprout bone spikes from their arms.
No, I was
And,
gonna
like,
do it with like telepaths and like psychics.
Yeah.
Like they're like all the civilizations were led by like a super powerful psychic.
But
or
any
something
which
like
way, moving on from
Yeah.
there.
It's just Starlight.
Yeah, Starlight speech. I have written on here, and you guys laughed at this. Starlight calls out Fishstick.
that.
Yep. So she doesn't actually call out Fish Stick, but she glares at the cameras when she says, "The guy who put his dick in my mouth."
yeah.
No,
Me.
dick in my face.
Oh, dick in my face.
And then
Right.
and then they show him at
It's
home.
like literally. No,
eating-
he was not at
in
home.
the
He was in the
base,
office.
base, yeah.
Eating Twinkies
eating
and it's like-
ding-dongs, and then he like shifts his eyes. He's like,
Fuck.
fuck.
And then it shifts over to the girl, the leader of Vaughn, and she's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. And I loved that whole speech she gave about, like, it all just basically being bullshit. Like, yeah, she believes in God, and she believes
She's
in all
related to
this.
something more important.
Huh?
Billy Butcher's argument with the priest.
I
He
will
calls
get,
God a
you
cunt.
and I will
Yeah.
get to that. So she's like, yeah, I believe in God, and yeah, I believe that this stuff, but like, guys, don't take the Bible so literally.
Mhm.
It's there as like a list of rules for us to follow and behave by, and just be good people.
Mhm.
You don't have to shill $170 to get into heaven because nobody knows whether you're going to heaven or not. Like, these people can't tell you you're going, and you're guaranteed. You know,
It's like
I liked that, and the only person who clapped is Huey.
My
Yeah,
favorite thing
that
I
really
liked is
shows.
the, was it the KFC thing behind it where they're selling like gold bars? And
Yeah,
baby
that-
alligator.
The Tito Watts.
Yeah,
His name was Tito Watts. We're gonna talk about that on the podcast one day.
Yes.
Let's talk about
the video
crazy-
you showed us at PAX.
Yeah, crazy
where-
fucking Florida people. Yeah, that was a good speech. I really loved that. But way before all of this, Billy Butcher's talking to a priest.
Yeah.
That already sounds like the startup to a fucking joke.
Yeah, Billy.
Billy Butcher's talking to a priest, and
He's like, God is a cunt. If he's up there, he's a cunt. He's like, the priest's like, oh, sorry, you just call God the C word? He's like, yeah, he's got a hard-on for mass murder, and he's all this, like, he's got a hard-on for and human suffering, and if we should just lob a nuke up there and be done with it or something, I love
lava
that.
nuke up there. Yeah, he's like, he has a hard-on for giving people,
For cancer and, like,
for mass murder, giving children's cancer,
And
diseases.
thought he could fix everything by nailing his son to a plank of wood.
Yeah, like, and then he's just, I loved that. I thought that was hilarious,
Mm.
and I've done something similar to a priest, and I was raised Roman Catholic. Oh, I just thought that was hilarious. But let's get to the real fucking thing we want to talk about. So it leads into two things. Vaughn makes babies.
Do
There's
you
two
want to
things.
make a soup? It
Here's the
doesn't have
thing.
to be
Not
a
funny, shut
soup.
Here's the thing, though.
Don't reference
We
that
have
movie.
two things to talk about. Actual babies and a Homelander baby. So we're talking about the Homelander baby first because it made Cricket uncomfortable and great, and I loved it.
Homelander has some kind of lactation fetish or something.
Yeah.
He wants to suck them titties on the leader lady.
When I was in the room, the first thing that came into my head, baby, lock them doors.
I couldn't help but think of the meme of My girlfriend whips out a titty. My mouth.
I also, alright, so one of my buddies, he's like super into boobs, okay? He's very tit-centric. And he always sends me these pictures of like drinking milk, and he's like, this is what I mean when I see big boobs and shit like that. I'm like, God, I kept thinking of him. And the memes he sends me, he's like, it's like the meme he sent me was like a guy like chugging milk and it had like the red like glowing lens of eyes. And he wrote like me.
Oh my God! You should just take those memes and replace the head with Homelander because he's got the glowing red eyes.
Oh my God! Right.
He is the meme.
So now we're going to talk about Vaughn making actual babies.
Yes.
They're
Which
using
makes-
Compound V around the world
to make
make super babies. And we
Super
don't
babies.
mean
It's a
super
funny
babies as in the movie Super Babes or whatever the fuck it was called.
I remember that movie.
That's a real movie, yeah.
About superhero babies.
Superpowered babies, yes. It was part of the Baby Geniuses movie line. But they just kind of... Like, I think there was Baby Geniuses 1, which was an okay movie. Then there was Baby Geniuses 2, which was kind of, like, weird and stupid.
I didn't
But
know
then
there
there
was Baby Jesus.
There's a Baby Genius 3, but they never called it Baby Geniuses 3. They just called it Super Babies, and they had superpowers for some reason. That's all it did. They took away the genius part and just gave them superpowers.
They're average
It's a weird-
intelligence, but they can fly.
They're super weird CGI. We gotta watch that one day for the AV.
Ugh.
just to fuck with, like,
You know what I want us to watch?
the algorithm.
No, I want us to watch Cats. Just because
Ah!
I want to watch Cats, honestly.
They already fixed it, so there's nothing to
Fuck.
watch. There's nothing to watch. Okay, so Vaughn's making actual babies, but what we find out here is my favorite fucking scene in anything ever, because now you guys don't know about this, but I listen to the Castle Super Beast podcast all the time. That is Pat and Wooly from Super Best Friends Play. When they went off, they started Castle Super Beast, so that's their new podcast. In that podcast, Pat said, how do you get out, like, one of the questions was, how do you get out of a fight? And Pat said, tape babies to your body, no one will shoot you. So you could rob a bank, as long as you're surrounded by babies,
No one will
you're
shoot
safe.
you.
No one will hurt you. Because they can't tackle you, they'll kill the babies. They
Yeah.
can't shoot you, they'll kill the babies. So just take babies to yourself. So
What
when
about
the boys
the smell?
when the boys came out, the first joke was this meme of Billy Butcher holding the baby, and it said Pat when he finds a baby. I have the ultimate weapon.
It's a baby, but it's also a high-powered laser.
And what's funny is that meme has actually gone so far that if you go to WikiHow, one of the things for how to rob a bank is tape babies to yourself. And it's a picture that someone drew for this joke. And it's out there. So it's Pat. Like, the character he has no face because of WikiHow. But he's just has babies taped to him and guards and stuff are surrounding him. It's like, no one can hurt you.
I love WikiHow, stupid WikiHow articles people make. It's so fucking great. Like the one that's like how to be an edgy teenager and shit is a great one.
Yeah, my favorite list of that, by the way, is hate your
Anyways,
parents.
for
Yeah.
greater detail, they go into a maternity ward, and there's babies there, and one of them's got Compound V in an IV.
All of them did.
Compound V and an IV.
Yes.
V-I-V.
I don't. Okay. But yeah, they realize that's how they're making supers. By literally...
Some.
Yeah.
It's like...
Some are born that way, though.
It's probably that it's like... Honestly, it makes me
Maybe
think
he's
that
born
the
with
mother...
it. Maybe it's Compound V.
I think that Starlight's mother probably signed up for that. And that's why she says she
she's
was
born with it.
chosen.
Maybe
don't-
it's Compound V. I think it's
No, you can't sign up for it because it's a secret. It's a secret.
It's
that
not
the
just open enrollment
Yeah,
to
like-
make your fucking baby a
Yeah, like,
superhero.
why would they fucking tell them we're gonna turn your baby into a super? The parents would eventually say something, even if they went senile. They're not gonna tell them. They keep it in secret. That's why it's only one baby with the IV.
Yeah.
1 out of every 10 babies or something like that. What was the statistic we heard in the first episode?
Probably
Something-
1 out of 100 or
It
something.
was something like that, yeah. So, they're just doing it secretly. Because Vaughn can do whatever the fuck they want. But any which way, Billy Butcher's and Mother's Milk find the baby. It shoots a little laser, and they're like, "Whoa, super babe!" And then they get into a gunfight in the maternity ward, which is fucking hilarious. Billy Butcher picks up the baby.
I already was
And
like, he's gonna
hilarity
pick up the
ensues.
baby and shoot them with it.
I couldn't say anything because I knew about the meme.
I didn't. I just figured, like, okay, that's the first big weapon they have on hand. He's gonna use it because he doesn't actually care about
I
suits.
also love the fact that they were hesitant to shoot him because he was holding the baby, and every time he moved with the baby. And he's just like, no.
Proving Matt
Yeah.
Pat right.
Not Matt
Pat.
Pat, just Pat.
Sorry.
His
Yeah,
name
Matt
is just
Pat's
Pat.
a different guy.
Matt Pat is also the guy who would probably come to the same conclusion of strap a baby to your chest.
Yeah,
they
he
won't
would
shoot
come
you.
with the same
Probably
shit.
the same conclusion. He has a child. If he tapes the child to his chest,
But
no one's
that's
gonna
just
hurt
a
him.
theory.
Matt and
a
They
big
are-
robbery theory.
Go ahead. You're gonna shoot me with the tank? Baby armor!
You just got these guys in a tank. They're just like, move back. He's got baby armor.
Who sent the babies to fight? Me, bitch!
How we win World War
You're like
III.
throwing babies at the enemy.
Drop their weapons and catch them.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
This is terrible.
This is the most amazing thing ever. Yeah, like, babies are like the equalizer. You could be a terrible human being. As long as you're covered by babies, they're not gonna fucking
Shoot you.
shoot you or hurt the baby. It's gonna be
I
too
can
fucking
picture it's literal
precious.
duct tape. There's just like rolls of duct tape of babies.
I'll show you the thing after.
Oh God.
So yeah, that's all we're gonna talk about. So enjoy.
Oh my God! A kid dressing up for Halloween by covering themselves in baby dolls. I'm indestructible. Nobody will hit somebody with babies.
Then that one kid comes along
it
and fucking
punches-
hits him with the fucking.
I'm gonna be homo as a kid, actually. Just fucking ruin it. Or
Woo!
oh God!
Woo! Back. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. This video should come up on a Thursday because of the new schedule we have. Join us every Sunday on twitch.tv/RottenBrainsPod. Prod, not pod, prod. And I think
I think pod sounds
We're-
better.
we're going to be doing what the hell are we going to? Oh, we're going to be doing a live stream of the full movie of Teenagers from Outer Space because it's
Oh,
copyright
yeah.
free. It's just
No one even wants to
It's-
copyright that.
it's an amazing movie. I love that movie. It's perfect. I seriously, the day I posted on Discord that I found like a copy of it, I was just like, oh shit. And I was like, oh man, I've watched this movie about 100 times. And then literally 2 messages later was, guys, I watched the whole movie. I couldn't help myself. I just started it, was working, and then realized the movie's about to end, and we were leaving to go to the gym or something, and I was like, whatever. But come over on Sunday. We do our podcast. We play Scrub Lord Sundays, which is all of us just playing games we're terrible at on the same screen. Mostly fighting games, but we get into it sometimes. We had fun with Earth's Defense Force. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, I have to say.
Quicket!
We have a new game called Click It. We gotta show you how to play.
Oh.
It's fucking hilarious.
You do it so deep.
Well, he wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, I
Last
wasn't there.
Sunday, so.
Work bullshit. Sorry.
Anyway,
guys.
no, it's okay. We still had fun. We had a lot of fun. But I don't know when we're going to be doing that, but we will be doing a live screening of that movie. Come over, join us. But we're also going to be doing a live screening of White Zombie because it's also copyright free.
Right, that's cool.
So that's Bela Lugosi, my favorite movie he's in. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back next week with another Hammer film.
Yep.
Probably the Gorgon. Because you haven't seen that. That's one that I haven't really... I've watched once or twice, but I never paid attention.
Ken has only seen movies with puppets in them.
Yeah. So,
He doesn't have a comeback.
Minor doesn't really join us for the Hammer films. So, he does join us for stuff like The Boys or the Star Wars stuff. Just because. But thank you for joining us. I've been Fearless Hobo.
I'm Kaz.
Oh, I was going to plug my stuff, but okay.
That's abusive, cause.
I'm Fearless
That's the
Hobo.
loudest you've been today! I'm
Come
so
out
proud of you!
On Wednesdays, check me out. I'm on twitch.tv/fearless_hobo.
Yes.
Kaz is always there. I can always rely on him. Can't rely on Cricket. He shows up for 5 seconds, then he takes off. So if you guys want to talk to him, shit out of luck. He doesn't stay. Usually Miner's in the chat too. He's usually King Milo on Twitch. And like I said, check us out on Sundays. /Rotten Rain Prod Twitch.
I've been Kaz, and he said check me out, and that's kind of gay.
I'm Cricket.
And I'm Miner and Beans. I don't know why Beans.
What?
Beans.
Okay,
Beans!
we know his secret identity, guys. He's secretly Beans. He's another he's a secret Vaunt superhero who shoots beans at people.
I bet he watches Cars too.
I was trying to figure out how to incorporate that without saying something offensive, but I'm glad that you did. Thank you.
Nope. Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.